Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Flea Market Finds episode, and this is from the outdoor flea market on August 1st of 2021. Some nice machinist finds here. Let's dive right in, try and blow through this kind of quickly. This whole little pile of stuff right here I picked from the same dealer. This is a nice spanner wrench. It's a Williams number 482, I think. Pins are good on it. Starrett 18B automatic center punch, works perfectly fine. 2 General Hardware branded scribers with good tips on them. A Starrett drift punch. It's been reground on the end there, but the tip's still good and it's straight. And 2 General Hardware center punches. Both have that earlier Starrett styling to them. I wish they were Starretts, but they're Generals. And this drill point gauge, I believe, I'm sorry, standard wire gauge. This is a General, forgot what's, yeah, number 20, is a General number 25. This whole pile, $5, good deal. This gentleman had several central point tools, and this is the only thing that caught my eye. Only because it's a cylinder bore gauge, some light surface rust on it, but it appears to be working perfectly fine. This is, Central Point is a lower quality tool. This is basically Central Point's knockoff version of the more expensive Starrett cylinder bore gauge. So, caught my eye. He really wanted to sell all the stuff. I didn't want the other stuff. So I offered him, I told him I could offer him 20 on it. He passed initially. He had 40 on this. When I came back later on and told him I was leaving, I'd still offer him the 20. He took the 20. Then I got these 3 items right here from the same dealer. This is a Lufkin Micrometer. It's actually in really nice shape with the wrench. I don't even know if these were ever used. That one's in nice shape. And then I think this is another one. It's the nice original wooden boxes. Same kind of situation there. It just looks new almost. No wrench in this one. That's okay. I got these 2 Lufkins and this little wrench set for $25. This I thought was going to actually be a lot more expensive and cause the price to go up when I bundled these together. Look what this is. This is a Snap-on C-41D wrench set. So this is a set of little tiny, not really tiny, I mean they're bigger than your typical distributor wrenches, I guess. These are all marked like X1 2022. So you Snap-on guys, you know all about this, know what this is all about. This is a hell of a find. This was worth probably the $25 I paid for these 3 pieces. Then another guy had a bunch of household junk, didn't really have any tools and machinist stuff. And then I was digging through some boxes of junk and I spotted this little assortment of drills. And when I pulled this out to get a better look at it, I spotted this and I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. So, you know, this says it's an Albrecht 1/2 inch, 1/32 to 1/2 inch range, or 1/2 inch by 20, Albrecht keyless chuck. And wouldn't you know it, but that's exactly what's in here. A brand new, never used Albrecht keyless chuck. So I said, how much you want for that? He says, how about $5? $5. So, you can't imagine how thrilled I am to get these drills. I mean, I'm just kidding. Anyways, even these drills are worth it because it turned out when I took this weird cover off and looked in here, I saw these little tubes and I looked and these are all tiny number drills. And there's actually still some in there. So, nice deal on that. Then a dealer that I buy from almost every week that I go there usually has something that catches my eye. I think a couple weeks ago I featured, he brought in some reloading equipment, and I had bought a few items. sold off all of that stuff. Well, he was back with, I guess, the rest of the stuff from that haul. Boy, I'll tell you, you wouldn't believe the crowd of guys that clamor around him and are just pushing and shoving over each other to try and buy all of the old ammunition, spent brass. I mean, a lot of it's live old ammunition and stuff. So, anyways, I guess the word is that there's a shortage or whatever. Long story short, I had to grab what I could grab quick and make a pile. And then, you know, being first thing and the things were so hot, moving so quickly, he kind of hit me a little high on this stuff, I think. He warned me that these, I believe these are mismatched, these die sets, so we're going to find out if they're any good. But $80 for this lot, which includes this number 55 ideal powder measure. This Hornady, I believe is how you say the name. It's been a long time since I did any reloading. I used to own one of these presses. Reloading press. There is a die in it, so I'm going to have to see if that belongs in one of these boxes. And then when I bought this and this other stuff, a guy came up to me and he was looking through one of the buckets of random stuff, and he found a ram that goes in here. And he says, here, he says, if you're buying the press, you're going to want this. So I thanked him. I think I got that still in the trunk of the car, but basically you can change this out, I guess, to do a different operation, I think. So there's that. And then, like I said, we got these reloading dies. So this says it's .38/357 Magnum. So you must be able to reload both 38 Special and 357 Magnum with this. Look, there's a sticker on here, $22. Somebody paid for that back in the day. So let's see what these say. That one says 38 Special Seat. This is 38-357, and this is all 38-357. So that might be a complete set. Alright, looks like I'm figuring out what he meant. So 2 die sets are for bottleneck rifle and pistol cases. That's casings that you know, the diameter bottlenecks down to where the bullet is. And this set right here is for 30. Well, actually, these say 308. So these are for 308 Winchester, which is definitely a bottleneck round because I used to shoot those. 7.62 millimeter in metric. But this is 38 Special, so this doesn't belong in here. That's a pistol round. But the funny thing is, this actually says this is a box for 30-06, which is what this is. And the one that's in the press right now. There we go. These are 30-06. So that is a complete set there. There were some new Coleman lantern mantles in here. Geez, I still have one of those Coleman lanterns, but I haven't used it in a long, long time. Alright. There was also a note in one of these here. He made some notes on reloading data so that he could, I guess, repeat the load next time he wanted to do it. But the funny thing I like is that the dates, June 66, July 66, and March of 67. That's got some age to it. These two right here are 35 Remington, which I have to believe is also a bottleneck because you really can't fit 3 dies in here. So this is the mystery. This is the one that says 38/357 Magnum. Well, so that's going to be a straight walled. That's going to be a straight walled deal, right? Pistol round. So you should have 3. The problem is this one's marked 38/357, and this one's marked 38 Special, and this one's marked 38/357. So I don't know whether or not this is missing one, and then these two are part of a 3-piece set that's missing one? Because these are both marked 38 special. Or is it, this is the 3-piece set right here, and then you can add this so that you could do 38 special with this? I don't know. Oh, you guys who are into reloading all the time, probably laughing that I didn't know this, but I figured this out. So this is the same thing as this, only this is a carbide one. So the deal is that this is a 3-piece set, and then I guess the guy ordered this carbide one in order to I guess the deal is with the carbide, you don't have to clean the cases or lubricate them or something. At least I think that's what's going on here. It actually looks like I had this the other way around. This 18237 is the part number for the carbide resizing sizer die. And so I think this box, because it says sizer carb 0.38357 group B, means that it's just this one carbide, which this says carb right on the top. Just this goes in this box, and the guy was just using it to store this set. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Next up, I picked these belt buckles. The guy had a whole big thing of belt buckles. I went through, I asked him how much they were, and I asked him if he'd do better if I took more of them, and we ended up settling on me picking out 10 of them for 20 bucks. So I got these for $2 a piece. So we got some Flick My Bic. This was a slogan of the Bic lighters. Just kind of a cool big old bull, right? Right. I do not know. It just looked cool. Dragon type of deal. Guess if you're into wine, maybe? This is Buckles of America on the back. I don't know. Okay. Appears to be a hornet or wasp stinging. Oh, this is what I had to get. I had to get this one. My love of vintage CBs. Got your ears on? This is some sort of weird symbology. I don't know what the heck it is. Well, there's something you don't see every day. Here's a belt buckle to commemorate the San Quentin State Prison. How about a Jurassic belt buckle? Very dinosaur. Skull and crossbones. Anyways. Alright, so I've owned guitars since I was probably about 12 years old, so let's just say a long time, and I still have guitars, and I still like messing around. I never really got proficient, and I would never ever post a YouTube video of me playing my guitar because it would be embarrassing. So that being said, I do still keep an eye out for vintage guitar equipment, effects pedals and stuff. This isn't too old, but I just thought, you know, for what it was, and knowing that the guy who had it didn't really value it much because it's all, you know, a big question mark. Does it even work? So no power supply to go with it. Have no idea if it does anything. Figured I'd take a chance on it. Got it for 15 bucks. So this is a Korg, which is a good brand name. Toneworks AX1500G. So this is a multi-effect pedal. Actually allows you to do quite a few different effects, and I think this is the ability to store them in here and then call them up as needed. So might be something fun to play with at some point. And like I said, if I power it up and it's complete junk, I might open it up and see whether or not I can resurrect it without too much trouble. But 15 bucks, I figured it was worth a shot. You know, a good clean one of these with a power supply and good working order used trades around 100 bucks on eBay. So, it's something I picked up for myself. Old spot welder. Now, normally, I wouldn't probably take a chance on something like this. I would expect it to, you know, not be any good. But I bought this from one of the dealers that I buy a lot of stuff from. And he guaranteed me that this thing works. So I figured, what the heck? So I got this thing for 40 bucks. Actually, it was another guy who buys from him a lot who was going to buy it just as a spare for 40 bucks. He already has one, but then when he saw that I was interested, and he decided to let it go. So this is a Dayton. This is a 120 volt model. So it looks like the model number is 2Z024. So I don't really know what the capability of this thing's going to be. So unlike a lot of these fancier spot welders that have a built-in timer and everything, this has like nothing. So I guess you just kind of clamp down on the metal until it glows red. Alright, so a little research online. It appears that the Dayton badged air-cooled spot welders of this series were actually made by Miller for Dayton and sold through Granger. So something like this in the Harbor Freight is like 160 or 175 bucks new. So I don't know, 40 bucks probably is okay for this. Alright, let's broke this hacksaw blade in half. Let's try welding 2 hacksaw blade halves. There we go. Oh yeah. Yep. That worked out pretty well actually. Alright, so can't use metal that's too thick. Need metal that's good and clean so you get a good flow of electric current. I would say this actually works. I found a dealer who had these grinding wheels sitting there, and 8 of them, and these are United Abrasives Incorporated, SAIT. These are 5" by 1/4", so I can actually use these on my newer DeWalt grinder. And it's a quick action grinding on all ferrous metals and stainless steel. And I got all 8 of these for 10 bucks, which is a pretty good deal. And then this little meter, actually I got this included with that $80 worth of reloading equipment that I bought. But this meter, notice the case says Bell System, old leather case. And what's in here is kind of a neat little old Simpson meter. I haven't seen one like this before, which is why I grabbed it. I knew I was going to get it for next to nothing, which I did. Oh man, that thing really doesn't want to come out. There we go. So it's a, looks like it's a Simpson Teledata. And it's because it says Bell Systems, I think this is actually an old meter used for testing by telephone linemen. So it appears to be just a ohm meter. So I don't know, I thought it was kind of neat. I liked that it had these, look at these old original test clips, they're pretty cool. Yeah, these definitely look like they're made for going into a junction box. Old phone company type of deal. So then I'm walking along and I look down and I see this thing at a dealer, and you know, it's highly urethaned, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, then I see what's in it. So I immediately, then I take a little bit closer look at it, realize what it is, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to want to find out how much that is. So I kind of put that off so that just in case somebody came up, they wouldn't grab it. And then I happen to look and see this bucket. So I asked him how much for that thing, and I didn't agree to pay that. And then I saw this bucket full of these T-handled Allen wrenches. There's actually some nice big ones in there too. Look at that sucker. But mainly I was looking at these T-handled Allen wrenches in here and happened to notice that some of them are unmarked, but some of them are marked. They're Bondus, which are actually a good brand. So I figured, well, all right, what the heck. Just looking in here now and realized, oh, look at that. And that's an Armstrong hex drive. All right. Anyways, so I got this bucket with all of these in it and the mystery item for 15 bucks. Mystery to you, not to me. I immediately saw what it was. So the story goes that they pulled this out of a van. So it was probably one of those conversion vans that kind of has like the, you know, sleeping area and kind of like seating in the back and all that stuff. And whoever had it must have built this thing. You know, I could smell the shag rug. But what's great is that this is a DX99V Galaxy CB radio. You know, it looks pretty bad. But look what's next to it. A Palomar 225 linear amplifier. So, you know, took a chance. 15 bucks, you bet. Why not? Parts radio alone is probably worth it. And had this microphone with it, which is a Diesel 360-3 noise canceling microphone. Anywho, thought that was a pretty good deal. Oh, here's that grinding wheel dressing tool that I was talking about. Don't know who makes it. It does say it's made in the USA. Basically, it's just a handle with a shaft and these little wheels that when you hold this down on the rest in front of your grinding wheel and you bring this up and you run it back and forth, it will these will cut into the wheel and dress the wheel so that it's ready to so that you expose all of the new cutting surfaces. So it's a handy little tool. I already have one though, so I'll sell this one.